Hi, it's Matt from Tubby Tarot again. I would like to share something today with you that I think a lot of people are quite interested about, and that is tarot layouts, tarot spreads. Now, a tarot spread, for those of you who are new to tarot or have no idea about tarot, a tarot spread is the pattern that the cards are laid out in. Now, what I'd like to do is show you 5 of my personal favorite spreads, the spreads that I use the absolute most. And stick around for the end of the video because I will show you how to do a really simple yes or no answer spread, and it's fantastic. It works every time. Right, welcome back. We are going to be using 2 different decks to demonstrate these spreads for you today. The first deck I'm going to be using is the Bianco Nero deck, which is a beautiful deck, fantastic deck. It's a black and white deck, really awesome. I'll be doing a review of that soon. And then what I want to do is I needed a small little pack of cards to show you some of the larger spreads, and I'm using the Tarot of the Wild Unknown, but I've actually secured myself a teeny tiny little version of this deck, and I've actually trimmed it as well. So I've trimmed all the borders off and I've rounded the corners. So this is a very non-standard deck. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's put the Wild Unknown to the side and let's have a look at probably one of the most well-known spreads that is out there. Okay, and this would be your 3-card spread. A 3-card spread can actually give you an enormous amount of information, okay? I'm not going to be doing readings today. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the different spreads and what those different positions of the cards mean, not a reading, okay? So, first of all, we have the past, present, and future spread. Okay, so your first card would be what has happened in your past. The second card would be your present, what's happening now. And the third card is what's going to be happening. Now, that's all fantastic. That's lovely. But what else can you use a 3-card spread for? The spreads are endless. You could do this. You could do a mind, body, spirit spread. Okay. Look at your mind, what's happening in your mind. Look at what is happening in your body and what is happening on the spiritual plane. All right. You could do a strengths, weaknesses, and the advice card. Look at all your strengths in a certain situation. Look at your weaknesses in a situation. And then look at what the tarot is telling you to do. Why don't you look at a very simple one? Option 1, Option 2, Option 3. Whatever the question you've asked is, you can look at Option 1, you can look at Option 2, and you can look at Option 3. And then what you can do is you could perhaps draw a 4th card as your qualifying card. Okay. What about this one? What about this one? Okay. What will help you? What will hinder you? And what is the greatest potential of these 2? So what will help you in a situation, what will hinder you in the situation, and what is your greatest potential that can solve the situation? Okay, one more of these. I love these, by the way. Okay, what you want, what they want, and where it's going. So this card would represent what you want out of a, let's say that's quite a good question for a relationship, a good spread for a relationship. What do you want, okay, out of the relationship? What do they want out of the relationship? And this will show you where it's going. So it's a quick, easy little spread. You can do so many of these 3-card spreads. And let me tell you something. If you're using the correct deck, you can get very accurate and very in-depth readings for with a 3-card spread. That I can assure you. All right. Now, why don't we look at a 4-card spread? Okay. This is one that I also enjoy doing. It is, again, a very, very clear, it gives me a very clear reading. Okay, so how I do it is this. I do this. what is the issue? Okay? What is the issue? That's card 1. Then I start at the bottom and I work around this. I go, okay, what's the issue? Then I go, don't do this. All right? Don't do this. Then I go, do this. So that's the issue card. Sorry. Okay. So that's the issue card. What's the issue? Don't do this. Do this. And then on this side you have the outcome. All right. So they're all linked to the issue card. Don't do this, and the outcome card. All right. That's a nice little 4-card spread. All right. Now, let us have a look at I want to show you 2 things actually. I want to show you a horseshoe spread, which is a 7-card spread. But before I do that, I want to show you a 7-card past, present, and future spread. Okay. Let me show you a past, present, and future spread that uses 7 cards. We're going to use my small little deck of the Wild Unknown, okay? And I must just tell you that this is my favorite handman of any deck I have. I absolutely adore this handman. Okay, let's go. I'm going to show you a 7-card past, present, and future spread. So what you do is this. You lay 2 cards down together for your past. So there are your 2 past cards. Let me move them into frame. Past. Then we lay 3 cards down the bottom. 1, 2, and 3. That is your present. And then your future is going to be another 2 cards on top. So you would read those 2 cards together. That is your past. Then you would look at these 3 cards here. That is your present. And then you would look at these 2 cards up here, and that would be the future. So that's quite a fun one to do if you want past, present, and future, and you actually want to use more than just 3 cards. Okay. All right. Okay, let me show you a horseshoe reading. Okay, it's quite a common one, and but this one's slightly different. Okay, it consists of 7 cards. So what you would do is, this is how I lay the cards out. Okay, but this is not actually the order of the cards. So what you do is, to make it easy, start with a card there. That is not card number 1, however, but start with a card there, and then on each side just put a card like that. Then on each side of those put a card like that, and oops, and then on each side of those put a card there and there. Okay, I'm sure you can see that. I'm sure that we can see that. There's another card. There's a card over there. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So this is the card that speaks about your past. What's been happening in the past. This is the card that speaks about what's happening in the present. What's happening right now. These are the positive influences on the question. These would be the negative influences on the question. This card would represent the external influences, things like family, pets, work, external influences. This card here, some people call it the bliss card. I like to call it the advice card. This card is what the tarot is telling you to do. It's a little bit of advice from the cards themselves. Okay, use it, don't use it. Then we've got this card, which is the final outcome card. Okay, all right, so that is your 7-card horseshoe spread. All right, now I want to do one more spread with you, and then I am going to show you a special spread that I use for yes and no readings. All right, now because we are in pumpkin spice time, we do celebrate Halloween in South Africa. It's huge, yeah. And so what I want to do is I want to show you a quick 6-card Halloween spread. Okay, really, really easy. Here we go. All right, we use the little cards. So you go card number 1, number 2. Sorry, card number 1, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, card number 5, and card number 6. Okay, now let's have a look. Card number 1 is what you should embrace over this Halloween season. Things to embrace. Card number 2 are the things to let go of during this Halloween season. What are you going to let go of? Card number 3 is what you need to be courageous about. This card represents something in your life that you need to just take the bull by the horns and face. Number 4 is your fear card. What are you afraid of? Again, find your inner strength and face your fears. That's what this card is. Number 5 is what are you celebrating this Halloween season? What personal triumphs are you celebrating this Halloween season? And then card number 6 is what do you feel you need to contemplate on? Well, the cards will tell you, but what do you need to contemplate on this Halloween season? Now, what I want to do is I want to show you something really, really cool. All right, and I'm going to explain this as I go along. Right. This is a 6-card yes or no spread. Okay. And what you do is you shuffle your cards. Okay, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And now you're going to lay out 6 cards. Okay, so you lay out 1, 2, and 3. And you lay out 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you put your card away. Now, what you need to know before you start is your wands, the suit of wands and the suit of cups mean yes, and the suit of swords and the suit of pentacles mean no. All right, so now what you do is you turn over all your cards. Okay, turn them all over. Turn them all over. Okay. Now you look at your deck and you say, okay, cups and wands are yes, swords and pentacles are no. But what about the majors? Well, what you have to do is you have to remove all the majors from the deck, from the spread. So you take your major cards out, okay? Then you have a look and you see, all right. I've got 3 cups and I've got 1 sword. 3 cups, 1 sword. So the answer to my question will be yes, because I have more cups than swords. Okay, but now, what happens if I take the majors out, and then I have an equal number of cups and swords? Okay, what you will then do is you will pick another card from the deck, and you will use that as your deciding card. Okay, fantastic. But now, let's say you've removed, let's say this is your spread. Okay, there's your spread. And you are now looking at your cards and you're saying, okay, there's the sun card. This card has come up as the sun. There's the sun. If that happens, then you don't have to look at any of the other cards. If the sun card comes up, it means that the answer is yes. However, if the moon card comes up, you don't have to worry about anything. The answer is no. So the sun card means yes, the moon card means no. All right? Let's say you get the sun and moon cards together. You have to start the reading all over again. All right? Because then the energies are really a bit wonky. I do hope that you have found this very interesting, and I do hope that you will go and practice some spreads and maybe try the Halloween spread on Halloween. It'll be really, really cool. And yeah, please leave comments down below and let me know how you went with the different spreads. And if you have any particular spreads, also let me know down below. Maybe if you have your favorite spread, let me know what that is. Okay, go and press all the buttons down below. Give me some love, show me some love, give me some hugs. Go and subscribe, be beautiful. And remember that I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot saying, I'll see you on the flip side.